Okay, another 1 month, 1 palette video. So this is the start of it. I just finished the other one, which was the Ted Baker and Natasha Denona one. And this month, I want to focus on David versus Goliath. I don't know. Pat McGrath versus Aldi. So I just got this one recently. The Honey palette, or no, Nectar palette, sorry, which is clearly a copy of the Urban Decay Honey palette from Aldi. And this is the first ever Pat McGrath palette I ever bought. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership number 2 Sublime. And I love this palette and I hardly use them. I think what also the issue is I leave them in this packaging, which doesn't make it easy to reach them. But also they're really heavy. So I don't know, I realized I really need to get some use out of them. Broke a bit off that eyeshadow, by the way, sorry for that. But yeah, I'm really excited to get really good use, and I thought these ones are quite good combination because they both have gold tones in them. So firstly I can compare direct, which I shouldn't really compare a £5.99 palette with a £120 palette, but I at least thought the color combinations, they might work quite well together. So if I run out of ideas one day with this one, I can combine them all together. But yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I haven't used this one I think in a year or two, so I really want to get use out of this one. I want to get through all of my Pat McGrath actually, and this one is just new and I want to try out the formula to decide if I keep it or give it away. But yeah, so I'll see you in a few seconds and you will see my feedback about using them after a month. Okay, 1 month, 1 palette, there we are, 1 month later. So I would say, you can't really say I used 1 palette 1 month because, I'm on the wrong side. I used them both 1 month, so I would say maybe 2 weeks use this one and 2 weeks use this one. But this is how they look like after 1 month of use. So maybe slight divots in this shade. And also this one. I thought that one actually looks quite good after 2 weeks of use. This one I actually decided to declutter, so this is the Aldi one. It performed nice. I even used the brush it came with. I like it, but the problem is a lot of looks just turned out same. I think the shades in here are too similar, so you just end up with very, very similar looks. This could be easily a quad, so, or quint. So from that perspective, it's nice quality, especially for the price. So if you don't have these colors at all, and this is something you use on a daily basis, I definitely can recommend it. But I have a lot of little quads with lots of brown tones, so I don't need this, and I'm happy to just pass it on to one of my cousins. And this one was quite a struggle in the beginning to use because the shades turn out quite dark, and the only light shade in here are actually this one and maybe that topper shade. So what I ended up with some of the shades, I just put the shade on and then lighten it up a little bit, or I actually also use this one every now and then to lighten up some other shades. Overall I like it though, the quality is impeccable. I had with both palettes fall out. Both palettes though, all of the shades, they were quite nicely to blend out, so I didn't have issues with any of the palettes with that, which shows actually you don't need to pay a lot of money to still get decent eyeshadows. I do feel though I should probably use this one at some point because it's getting quite old, so I'm actually happy to pan it at some point. But yeah, I'm really happy. Let me actually swatch some of them. The Pat McGrath one, now when I swatch it, I do feel little divots in the shade, so they definitely go down. There we go. I mean, they're just beautiful, especially like the special baked shades she has. I mean, super sparkly. But even with that palette, I mean, yeah, eye looks end up similar in a certain way with this palette, because these brown tones, even these two, I mean, they look quite different in the pan, but when they go on the eye, it's all a bit dark and similar. So the black is a good black, but all of her palettes have a black in there. I don't really need that. Maybe if I run out of eyeliner at some point. I did try to use it a few times to just line my eye and it works fine with it. Just need a tiny little brush. But yeah, overall, this is how busted a palette looks like when you really use it. And I'm happy to actually pan this one. I wouldn't give it away like I'm doing with this one now, but I'm actually happy to pan this one. So I'm really glad I did this, and I'm looking forward to the next month using more palettes. But that's it from me. Bye!